bad. Hey, guys, can you hear me now? My sound was off. You know I'm always tripping. Had the sound off. We gonna sorry about that, guys. I had the sound off rolling. I got a message. Y'all send it in the chat or whatever, man, but y'all can hear me again. We always got a little technical difficulties when we kicking this thing off. But again, man, I am your host, Darryl Blastoff, and you are tapped into the Ryl Texans Talk showcase today, man. And as I was saying a little earlier, I wasn't heard. Sorry, guys. It's a little technical difficulty here and there, but I wasn't you couldn't hear me. And I hate when that happens, but hey, it's a learning process. This is my 3rd episode, but hey, we all gonna grow together. We all gonna learn together, man. And if you're here, give me a shout out, give me a tap in, man. Say what's up, man. Hey, don't be shy, man. We a network of Texans fans and NFL fans in general that just got a love and a passion for the sport. And we represent our teams, and our teams have a direct effect on how our work weeks and shit like that go. Excuse the language. But I was saying, man, the Jags, we got the Jags coming in town. The Jags are coming in town winless, 3-0. They, haven't won a game this season. And don't fall into the guise of, oh, man, this is going to be an easy pickup game. We're going to go ahead and knock these boys in their place and continue on with Buffalo rolling into town. But one thing I will say is that the Jags are hungry, man. They're not going to go winless. And they saw what happened last week to us when we got that thumping in Minnesota. And so you best believe that they're coming with it, man. They're going to already have their minds and they tape set on trying to stop us from doing what we're doing so they can try to catch up. Because as of right now, they're out of the race. I mean, 3 games back, 3 games winless. Excuse me, they're 2 games back, but 3 games winless. That's not going to hold up because Jacksonville is a respected team. I mean, they brought in a lot of talent, man. And especially, they got that DT that we wanted, Eric Armstead out of Fort San Fran that wanted to go ahead and sign over there. But, last week it was an anomaly. I want to hope and say because it was one of the more uglier losses in recent Texans history with all of these false starts and penalties. I think they had about 12 penalties. And Laramie was responsible for 4 of them. Excuse me, 5 of them. 4 false starts and another. I think he was lined up wrong. The dude is leading in pressures allowed. He's first in pressure rate allowed. So that means that he's leading with 1.6 pressure rate allowed percent. And so that means that. He's giving up maybe a sack, if that, pressure, excuse me, not even a sack, a pressure. That means that getting, CJ uncomfortable out of the pocket or whatever. He's number 1 in the league, so he's doing that. But on the other side of it, he has to clean up, his penalties. He has to clean up his penalties. He's not going to be able to maintain the level of dominance. And I know he'll be the first to tell you. And I know that they've talked long and hard, and I'll clip it up in a little bit here during the show. What Coach Miko said, and Laramie said that the false starts are going to be out the way. That's not going to be a problem for us. We have a lot of things that went wrong that game. But I'm pretty sure that they'll start to cleaning them up, and I have not one doubt that. This is one of those things where, teams have that, they falling off or whatever. Like they were saying all those times with Brady. Remember when Brady was starting to get old and they were like, oh, yeah, Brady's starting to throw off all over a cliff. He had a bad game here or there. They lost by a bunch of points. I think it was to KC or it was either KC or the Ravens on his last year before he left. And a year or two before he left. And, man, that dude ain't do nothing but go in and win another ring, I think this is just one of those things where we're just getting warmed up, we're getting gelled together. Again, I've said this several times before. I think we just, gelling and building the chemistry and working in all this new. They trying, experimenting and trying people here like they tried Cage Stove on Jonathan Grenard, and that was a major fail. And Sloyd was saying, hey, maybe he shouldn't have done it like that, especially with that rookie cadence. He's been shining in camp and practice and whatnot, but hey, it's when the lights are on the brightest, you're still a rookie, dude, and that's a tight end up against a pro, all pro, arguably all pro defensive end, and Jonathan Gennard, man, who left us to go on over there in Minnesota, where he got more. I believe he got more money or whatnot over there to play, and you can't knock him, man. The dude did his thing, man. He had 3 sacks that game. He did his thing. But again, man, going back to Laramie, man, he's leading the league right now as far as tackles go, for sure, and penalties with 9. He's first. I think he had his worst year. He had 20 penalties. He's already halfway there in 3 games in. So come on, I'm pretty sure he knows it's a target on his back. He's going to tighten up. He's going to come on with it, man. He can't continue to roll like that. Come on, Laramie, let's get it cleaned up, bro. We believing in you, because I was watching. I think it was, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, it was DJ Bieniemy and those guys were discussing, and they had a good question put out there, like third down in the playoffs. Who would you rather have, some other guy, or would you rather have Laramie Tunsil protecting C.J. Stroud on a third down, gotta have it throw? And hey, come on, we know what that answer is, dude. We gotta have Big Tunsil, man. We need him. Trevor coming in this game, man, he hasn't been looking too good. We're gonna tap on into what the Jags are bringing, to the table, because so far, he hasn't had a real banger of a game. I think he's 2 touchdowns, 1 pick on the season. He's thrown for 97 touchdowns and 52. 97 touchdowns. Excuse me, guys. He's thrown for 97 completions, and he's thrown it 97 times for 52 completions. He has about a 54% completion rate. And they're gonna bring Travis Etienne in here, and so far on the ground, he's got about 350, 347 yards rushing so far on the season. Calvin Ridley, he's not too far behind Nico. He's been having a decent year so far. He got about 248 yards receiving on this. This is the offense. And they drafted that rookie, man, the Brian Burns, I believe his name is. Drafted him, man. He was one of the top wide receivers coming out of college this year. Eric Armstead, again, they got him to try to stop us. We gonna see what he do, man. I don't even know. I think he was. If I wasn't mistaken, I want to say the brother showed up on the injury report, man. I got a couple of injury reports here that I did, try to do some research on to see who was gonna be in and out today. Tomorrow, and I believe that he did show up on their list. Yeah, he did. He had what they say, rest. I guess he was just getting rest. So he was resting. The running back Tanks Bigsby, he's gonna be out, maybe. Well, he had a limited participation. He could or not. He had a shoulder little issue. Monteric Brown, a cornerback, that dude's a tackle machine. He had a chest injury. These guys are gonna play. These guys were just getting, they were just getting some rest. For us, who else is? I want to see who's out. I want to know who's out. I know for sure when it comes to us, the Texans, Tank Dell, man, he had a rib injury, man, that's busted him up real bad, and he's not going to be able to go. Doesn't look like to go. Evan Ingram, though, for the Jacksonville, he's their monster. The tight end, he's out, man. Evan Ingram's going to be out. He's not going to be able to go. So that's a good deal. Because he was top dog in doing his job so far this season. But yeah, he's out, man. Nico had a hamstring. He's gonna go. I think he's gonna go. He was at practice. Badakasi is questionable. Joe Mixon, he looked good at practice yesterday. I think he's questionable. He should be able to go. Let's pray he can go. Damian Pierce still out. And Jimmy Ward, he got a groin injury. And so he's out. That's not all of them, but those are some notable injuries that we do have. What the main point of it is to me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, to me, and if I'm just being honest, because of the loss that was so bad last week with the Vikings, and we're gonna go ahead and move past that. We're gonna move past that, but I still got to tap back into because that really bothered me, and I can't wait to see who's gonna crack the code on that Brian Flores' defense over there because that dude been running that zero blitz and running everything out of that zero formation. That zero, he been running everything out of this out of that formation, man. So I want to see who's gonna crack that code, who's gonna have the answers to that. But as for us going here and beating a winless Jags team, I'm not gonna lie. For me, it's gonna be one of those yeah, but type of games. It's gonna be one of those yeah, but type of deals if which we strongly expect to win, but anything can happen. And if this team has not got all that the kinks, worked out with these penalties and the secondary tackling issues and letting, the wide receivers not covering them properly and putting hey, whatever happened last week with Justin Jefferson was inexcusable. But that guy, we know that guy's elite, and I don't know why they had Eric Murray on that dude at certain points of the game, and he was just doing what he normally does. But tomorrow we're going to bring out our A game, and it's not going to be, it's not going to be easy. The Jags is not going to come in here and lay down. They starving for a win, and they would love. We are a bigger game for them than they are for us. For us, it'll be just like a get right game. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get right. Let's get back on track. Let's get, back on let's see where we can open up. But and that's fine. But when we win that game tomorrow, I'm not going to be, yeah, we back. No. And I don't think a lot of people are going to be saying that. I don't think a lot of people are going to be feeling like that. I think a lot of people are going to be like, it's the Jags. Now, what people are going to want to see is next week when we play those, play the Bills. Let's see how we do against those dudes because they coming in town next week. That's what we want to see. We want to see some action on the Bills. That's what's gonna make us back. Okay, yeah, because Jags they don't even have a win this year, and we're not overlooking them. Definitely not overlooking the Jags, but at the same time, man, it's the Jags, and we own the Jags the whole time we've been in the league, even when we weren't, winning divisions and whatever. When they, for the most time, I think our record is stronger against the Jags. Like the Colts are strong, have a stronger record against us. I think that the Jags, they like our little brothers, even though they've been in the league longer than us. Who else feel like that? Is the Jags our little brothers? Somebody let me know what you think, man. The Jags are our little brothers, huh? they the little brothers. They the big brothers that we grew up bigger and stronger than them, and we popping them in the back of the head every time we see them, man. I'm expecting, I want to say I'm expecting the offense to just put up big stats again tomorrow. We're gonna get back on track because we always do it, man. We always do it against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And CJ had a coming out party last year with Tank and with the yards he put up in the big game they had. He had a coming out party, last year against those guys. So, we're gonna see how that is, man. I want to know, do y'all feel as though somebody let me know in the comments? Do y'all feel as though if we beat the Jags, is that gonna be making you? Is that gonna satisfy you as far as the outlook of the team, or are you gonna be like how I am, where you got that feeling of a yeah, but it's the Jags. We got a tough road ahead, and we're gonna have to clean this thing up before we get into this gauntlet of games to start next week with the Bills, man. And they coming in town, and it's going down, man. I can't wait to see that game. I think that Bobby Slowick is going to have to open up that offense more. I think we can all agree something's going where I don't know what's new or what's implemented or what are they doing different this time, but they've been treating Tank like a gadget receiver. He's not going to be in this game this week, of course. We've already established that, but we we're gonna have to find ways to use what we have and put the fear of God in these other teams coming up, because ain't nobody gonna be playing with us. They already seen what Minnesota done to us. They have already seen what the Minnesota Vikings have done to us. They licking their chops. Some of these teams. Thank God we got the Chiefs later on in the season, and the Ravens Christmas, and the Dallas Cowboys in November, and whatever. I think we got the Jets. I want to say we got the Jets after the Bills. I'm not sure. We got to go out there to the New York, man, and we know that field out there, man, and Aaron Rodgers is back and he's looking good. It's gonna be a challenge. We gotta. This is the game. I will say this. This game against the Jags is the warm-up game to get your feet back under you. Practice against the Jags what you've been practicing all week. Make sure that you clean up your penalties and take that show on the road, and take that for the Bills, because the Bills are gonna come in here and they ain't gonna be bullshitting. They're not gonna be playing at all. They ain't gonna play no games. It's gonna be a good test, because this ain't the same Josh Allen that Deshaun Watson faced. This guy has more experience. He's more dynamic. He understands the game more, and he understands. It seems like from what I seen, one of his quotes was saying it. And I don't know if this was a shot at Stephon Diggs, but he seemed to make a quote that said, it seems that when it's not just one guy worried about stats, trying to shoot a slug at Stephon, saying that he's a stat guy. He's gonna be a diva or complain if he's not going to get the ball, and he's not going to get his TDs and his receptions and his yards. He's going to whine and complain. Is what he was writing on the wall. If you can read the writing on the wall, you can kind of read between the lines and see that's what the guy was saying. Without saying it. It's like, it's nice to have teammates that just want to play the ball. They get their receptions, they get their yards, they get their plays, and they good. They don't have to be the focal point of a team sport. And you can't argue with that, but we don't know if that was the case. I'm finna ride for my boy Diggs. You know what I'm saying? I think he's gonna be hot coming into next week. Hey, you gotta watch what you say. You better show up and show out next week, dude. Because it's gonna be a rumble in the jungle. But again, man, with your boy Trevor, he's at 582 yards on the season. CJ has how many? CJ has 801 yards on the season. He does have that. He does have those 4 touchdowns and them 2 interceptions he did throw last week. But he's threw the ball 112 times and completed 75% of those. So he's looking good. The kid is on track. The kid is looking good. But we're just gonna clean up, some of these offensive line breakdowns, because that has been the thorn in the side. The dude has been sacked 10 times already. CJ's been sacked 10 times already, and that's not a stat that we want to be proud of, especially when I know that we've invested so much time and finances and resources into this offensive line, drafting and whatnot. And so hopefully Juice can bring the juice, and Joe come back, man. Hopefully Joe can give us that magic he gave us against the Colts, because we're gonna need that. We don't want it all on CJ, because we saw what happened last week when the game was all on CJ. It was just and everybody couldn't make plays. That Brian Flores defense, man, was stifling. And I'm interested to see. They play the Jets. I want to say it's either Sunday night, tomorrow night, or Monday night. I gotta check it out, but they play them, and I'm interested to see what D'Amico Ryans. He studied under Robert Saleh. I'm interested in seeing what Coach Saleh got for him. Somebody got to pick up this tape and see, look at this tape and say, man, we got to figure this out. We got to figure this out, because right now them boys are looking unstoppable. As for some of the injuries, that how they're going to affect us, Damian Pierce being out, Cam Akers, I don't know. He didn't have such a good game last week, but it wasn't all his fault. They were showing tape where your boy T, Tunsil was getting to the second level and dropping off when he could have made another block on that second level and could have sprung Cam. So it was just an all around bad game last week, man. And this is our chance to at least have let's just go in, win, and we take care of business. Let's not go in there struggling and turning over the ball and false starting and not lined up and neutral zone and all this kind of stuff that can go on that can hinder the third down drives when we in third down and third and short, and then somebody false starts, and then now we at third and long. Come on, we got to stop that. That was all that alone was a continuing, ongoing deal last week. And we can't have that, man. So let's clean that up. Let's clean that up and get on the right track, dude. Because we are who we say we are, and I think we're gonna go deep into the playoffs. All we gotta do is win this game. We putting Jags back 4 games. When it comes to everybody else in the race, Anthony Richardson, man, he's not looking good, dude. He's not looking good. They got out of there with a win, but last week, but he's not looking good, dude. They can't compare him to CJ. Y'all a cut on what Tunsil said, and we're gonna give a cut on what Coach said, man, about these false starts. And add that to the yep. Bottom line is, if we could just cut that down, man, play some clean football, we'll be okay. We just got to cut out those false starts and clean up those penalties. And also, hey, man, I want to see some more I want to see that Stingley that we know we got. I want to see that Stingley. We know we got Stingley out there last week. They kind of all, we all just went to sleep last week. It was just we was all love to sleep. We were all love to sleep, man. I don't know what was said this week or what they did, but to work on it. But they say they got it all cleaned up. They say that we got it all cleaned up. Let's hope that it's true. I don't know, guys. What is it that's going to what could I want to know what y'all think. What could possibly happen tomorrow? So if it's a blowout tomorrow, if we go in there, we dominate, and it's a blowout, will that make you feel better? Because if we go out there again and we have another close game and it was almost like we won by 6 points, we won by 6, and CJ had a turnover or there was false starts galore, or more than 2 or 3 false starts, that's bad. The moment you see Laramie false start, the house might boo. If we false start, come on, bro, don't jump, man. I'm gonna be in the house tomorrow, man. I'm gonna be in there tomorrow. I will post clips of what's going down. Put some little shorts on the channel, man. Y'all go and subscribe to Blastoff, Entertainment CO on YouTube, man. We appreciate it. Follow, man. We got a lot going on there. They got the Ryl Talk podcast going on there too for those that are culturally inclined and want to know what's going on with that. But here on the Ryl Texans Talk, we strictly business here, man, and we want to, just link up with people that care about the team and can discuss and communicate about what I see, what you see. Hey, tap in, man. Let me know. Let me know. I wanna know, if you guys are worried tomorrow, or you think it's gonna be a blowout. What do you think? I personally just don't want to see a close game against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Well, it's almost, but make no mistake about it. These guys will come in here hungry, man. I don't know. Doug Peterson, man, I don't know. They might start raising eyebrows. He may be on a hot seat if he can't pull this off, because you got to think, those guys dropped the ball late into the last season when they had a hot start and they were looking like, playoff contenders. They just dropped off the map and we were able to overtake them. And so you're going from that into rolling into the season now, winless. It's getting hot under that seat for the coach, man, Doug Peterson, man, and he is a Super Bowl winning coach, but I don't know if what's the deal, but he hasn't been able to turn those guys around as of yet. Jaguars are, they have 54 first downs total so far this season, and their opponents are out first downing them by 54 to 60 so far. They got 21 rushing first downs, and they keeping par with their opponents on that. The third down conversions are 32%. Excuse me. Third downs are is it 30? I'm looking like 32% on third down conversions, man. Hey, they're not living up to the hype, whatever they established for themselves as well. And then they don't have it easy coming into Houston, where we own them. And we owned them on their turf last year. And they came out here last year, though. Got away with a catch that I think Tank Dell really caught last year when they came out here. The refs were kind of holding us back. And then we had the I forgot who our I think it was Danny Amendola was our kicker last year, man. A kick away from keeping it, competitive and, rolling on out of here. But they were able to come in here last year and get steal one, because that's exactly what happened. They stole that one last year. The refs and those guys, man, hey, the whole crowd was screaming the infamous "Refs, you suck" chant. So this is gonna be a different time. I think we out for blood as well. I think that we're gonna make a statement tomorrow. We have to make a statement. I don't want a close game because it's still gonna be a yeah, but, because what are you gonna do if you still ain't got this chemistry that we talked about so much so between the national media and the fans and the local radio and the league themselves, everybody expecting us to dominate, be unstoppable. But hey, we got to keep guys healthy. Tank's out. Get well soon, brother. We're gonna have to make some noise, man. Gonna have to go. Gonna have to clean this up. These penalties. So, let's see if I can get something. Penalties. I want to give y'all a couple of clips. I had a couple of clips pulled up for you guys to check out. He was interviewed about he was actually on the podcast this week, and coach was talking about the fact that we were having all these false starts, pressing them, checking guys.
We spent time on that, talked about it. We addressed challenges. We spent time on that, talked about it. We addressed it, and we'll see on Sunday that it's been addressed, and we'll handle it really well. Offensive line had a great day of work today. Everybody's dialed in. Everybody understands who we are, what we're about, and what it's going to take for us to get back on track, and that's what we're focused on. We spent time on that, talked about it. We addressed it, and we'll see on Sunday that it's been addressed, and we'll handle it really well. Offensive line had a great day of work today. Everybody's dialed in. Everybody understands who we are, what we're about, and what it's going to take for us to get back on track, and that's what we're focused on. We spent
That's basically how I feel, man. We just fell off, man. That's not who we are as a team. We were off track. It'll get better, man. These things arise, and this is the thing that's real good about this is that we were 2-1. We 2-1. We on the other side of winning. We're not negative. We're 2 games up. 2 games over at pretty much everybody in the division, and basically, man, hey, this is good to learn in a positive place, even though we're not where we want to be. But what team is? What team is just rolling on all cylinders? We not where we want to be. We got a lot of things to clean up, but it's good to clean them up now because we got a long stretch early. We identifying problems early. It's not like we got to get to the back end of the season and this and that. These boys are going to be learning. Kamari, I think Kamari is going to have a good game again tomorrow, man. I love what I'm seeing from that young guy, man. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Kalen Bullock. Nick Caserio, yes, again, has drafted well. Nick Caserio continues to prove that he's worth his weight in salt, man, and gold, man. The dude is doing what he does, and putting his team together, man. And he's consistently, bringing in good talent here. And the thing is that these guys are making flashes. Stover's flashed, Kalen is flashed, Kamari is flashed, Juice is flashed. These guys, we're not pulling in no scrubs. We're getting successful. Tank is shine, and it could be worse, man. So, guys, I don't know about y'all, man, but I'm really excited about the direction of this team. I think that we can all agree that we're in a better place than we were 2-3 years ago. Just remember how you were feeling when they let go of Hopkins. Remember that? Remember seeing him catch that Hail Mary with Kyler Murray threw that Hail Mary to him and he caught that Hail Mary and we missed that? And Deshaun Watson missed that. And then remember how we felt when Bill O'Brien was ripping this team apart? Hey, it all had a butterfly effect. Even when Lovie Smith won in that game, at the last minute, Davis Mills completing that Hail Mary type of pass and Noah Brown catching it. Excuse me. It wasn't Noah Brown. It was man, what's his name? The tight end. He's the tight end we had. Somebody help me out, man. I can't call them all, but the long story is we've been in a dark place, man. And the good thing about the dark place that we've been in is that we weren't there long. We weren't in purgatory long if you really think about it. We honestly only had about a 2-year, was it like a 2-year gap before we was able to grab C.J. Stroud? And, a lot of these teams, man, they go through quarterback purgatory. Maybe we got off Deshaun just in time because he seemed to have fallen off of a cliff, from what he was when he came into the league, dynamic, man. And he had the weight of the franchise on his shoulders, and we thought that he was carrying it well, and we were all hurt, when that brother decided to leave and when he decided to do all the stuff that he was accused of, all the stuff that he was accused of came to the light, So we're in a good place, man. So that's the bright side. We could be back there. We're not there. You know what I'm saying? We're not there no more. We're not there. We're not in that dark place. We now are just now our problem. We got good problems. We in good place. We're in a good place. We up 2-1 in the division, and we got little problems on how explosive we are right now. That's a damn good problem as opposed to, oh man, the team that been tore apart. Oh man, what is Bill doing? Oh man, what is David Culley doing? Oh man, we could be there, but we not there. So that's a blessing. And again, man, I think we're gonna get this stuff corrected, and this is gonna be a little warm-up game. I want to really put it on them, pay them back for what they did when they came in here last year. You know, I don't expect to have a sloppy game and all. I think these guys really have fixed it, man. Some inside of me telling me that they really have fixed it. I think CJ gonna throw for. I think CJ gonna come out tomorrow. CJ gonna come out tomorrow. The beast. They're gonna awaken the beast tomorrow. If they can protect CJ, the beast is gonna awaken. Nico gonna eat. They know, and you know, we gotta, and y'all gotta think about it. Tank out, but we still got Robert Woods. We still got John Mechie if needed. I think CJ's gonna have a good day, man. I got a list. I really need to go down this list for you guys right quick, just in case y'all didn't know who's out on the Texans. So Tank Dell, he's out. We already said that. Tank Dell is definitely out. I also have. Let me see here. Give me 1 second here. Keep track of all this. I had to try to get this. So Dalton Schultz, he had an ankle injury, but he had a limited participation in practice. He may. I'm thinking he's good to go. Jared Patterson, I think he's good to go. Kenyon Green, he was sick. I hope he's good to go. He's going to have a better game than he had last week. He had a good, strong showing those first 2 weeks. He's going to have a better game this week. The Jacksonville, man, they Trevor Lawrence, man, he's one of their strengths, but and like I say, he hasn't played horrible this season, but he hasn't done anything astounding so far. Like I say, he's 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. They're not pushing that ball like I'm pretty sure he won't. So he's going to try to push that ball. Y'all got to watch out for that, man. Like I say, last year they lost 5 of their last 7 games, dude. Last year, man, they lost 5 of their last 7 games last year. 5 of their last 6 last year, and they missed the playoffs after being an 8-3 team. So starting off 0-3 ain't gonna look good for Doug Peterson, dude. This division, it's tough. It's a tough division. They can say what they want, but this is a tough division. It's rugged. Everybody's loaded with talent. They got a solid, run Pro Bowl running back, tight end, and I don't know, man. Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen, we're gonna have to watch out for those 2 on them edges, man. Long as Laramie and company, and if Titus can do his thing on his side, and shout out to Titus, man. You guys realize that Titus is healthy, man. This is the healthiest Titus has been. We're gonna knock on wood. And it's only 4 games in, but this brother's been healthy, man. I'm gonna tell you honest the truth. Titus has not been healthy a whole season, period, his whole career. Somebody tell me if I'm wrong. But Titus has not been healthy for a full season his whole career, but nobody is. But when Titus be missing time, bro, Titus be missing some time. Titus missed time. But he's been healthy, man. We're going to knock on wood. Knock on that mug. Beat it. We need all hands on deck, man. And again, they got coaching, man. Doug Peterson, man, he's a smart guy. He's a Super Bowl winning coach. He's going to get those guys on the right track. They're going to have to do some adjustments over there. So don't sleep on them again. Do not sleep on them do not sleep on them Jaguars. Do not sleep on them. Do not think we're going to step over them. Because they saw what happened to us and they're not afraid of us. They never were. But they have every right to say, well, look, maybe they're not as explosive and dominant as what we all thought they were going to be. And they don't even have Tank this week. So that's one less person. But you got to watch out because John Mechie, he's been putting in work in camp. And we already know. I'm glad they kept Robert Woods, man. I had a couple of back and forths with guys about Noah Brown and Robert Woods on Twitter, But I always felt like Robert Woods was more reliable during this last season, man, when CJ needed big plays. Robert Woods showed up a lot of those times. And Noah Brown did too. Don't take away from that. But Noah Brown stayed injured, dude. And then he got injured again in camp, I want to say, on the preseason. Yeah, Noah Brown, man, he couldn't stay healthy, dude. He was a great receiver, but the guy cannot stay healthy, man. And right now, the best ability is availability and consistency. And that's what we need here. And so they had to make that choice, and I'm so glad they kept Robert Woods. So I think Robert Woods, if he getting the nod over Metch, which I expect Robert Woods to get the nod if Tank can go, where they already ruled him out. Robert Woods is gonna play an integral part in moving the chains tomorrow. Y'all stay tuned, man. Y'all let me know, man, if I'm doing okay, man. Like I say, I love the team. Hey, I love the fans. I will be out there tomorrow if y'all see me. Give me a shout out. I get there. I'm gonna try to get there early. If y'all see me, man, y'all give me a shout out, man. Come walk up to me, man. I'm really cool, friendly. I want to link up with some of these cats out here, man, doing their thing, man. Link up and do a couple of shows and discuss what's going on, man. Invite me on, man. Hey, I can invite you on. I'm not saying I'm hey, it's just networking and doing things with like-minded people. That's how I am, man. Hey, I'm all about, the team, man, and spreading the love. And anybody that got, want to come on and talk, talk that trash, come on here, let's talk that trash, because I'm ready to go, baby, because now we up, man, we up. Hey, this our year. We ain't the Cowgirls. We ain't, and I'll be out there too for that game. Nah, man, again, I appreciate y'all for tapping in, and I can't do it without you. We appreciate you guys for watching me, checking me out on the Ryl Texans Talk. We'll more than likely I have a reaction tomorrow when I get in from the game. I always call in on the radio station, talk to Clint Stern and Sean Pendergast on Sports Radio 16. Them guys do a great deal too on that show, man. Them after the game reaction shows, man, on Sports Radio 610. And I will more than likely call them on my way home, because it's a long drive from NRG out here to the Tomball Woodlands area, man. So y'all go ahead, man, and just stay tuned, man. Stay following. Leave me a comment. Leave me a like. Follow, man. Appreciate it, man. We're going to stay tapped in. We'll be doing more giveaways. Like I said, I will give away a game later on this season. Just subscribe, man, and stay tuned in so you can be able to keep up with all the latest news and the content, man, with your Houston Texans. And it's only going to grow. It's only going to get better. Again, man, don't be shy, man. Y'all, we know what's up, man. We H-Town, man. If you a hater, say something too, so I can come at you too. But we out, man. You have tapped into the Ryl Texans Talk with your boy Darryl Blastoff, man. And again, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate the love, man. Can't do it without you. And thank you guys. And I probably will. I'm more than sure I'll put it up there, man, when I'll follow me on Twitter at Blastoff_ENT to stay tuned on when I'm streaming, man. And follow me on YouTube also to be able to follow in and tap in when I'm going live and keep up with the news. I will be on tomorrow or sometime, so y'all just stay tuned, man. And I'll get with y'all later, man. Peace. Go Texans.